Welcome, everyone. Um, Welcome back to another episode of Summer Reading and Math Enrichment with Bridge the Gap Learning. Today, we are going to be working with grades 1 and 2. So, today's story is for grades 1 and 2, and it's a reading lesson. Let's dive right in. Okay, we're starting with Tell Me About Yourself activity. For this lesson, I hope that you have a notebook and a pencil or something to write with, okay? So we have some writing activities here. Question number 1 says, My name is. So go ahead and write your name in a complete sentence. Question 2 says, I am blank years old. Go ahead and tell us how old you are in a complete sentence. So copy this, and where you see the blank, you write your age years old. Don't just write 7 or 6 or 8. Put it in a complete sentence. I am, and then you write your age, years old. Okay, question number 3. I am in the blank grade. So tell us what grade you're going to be in the fall. And don't just write first and don't just write second. Make sure you write I am in the, and then tell us the grade. Okay. Number 4 says, My favorite color is. Again, don't just write blue or pink. Write the sentence and then tell us your favorite color in a complete sentence. Number 5, I like to go to. Tell us somewhere you like to go. School, shopping, church, the park. Go ahead and write that in a complete sentence. And 6 says, In school, I like blank the best. So, what's your favorite subject? Math or reading? And if you have another favorite subject that's not math or reading, you can write that down as well. Okay? Okay. Moving right along. So we're playing a game called Stand Up If. Okay. This game, I know I said stand up if, but go ahead and you stand up. You could jump or you could clap or do something, spin around while you stand up and then sit back down before the next one. Okay. So it says, stand up if you can write your first and last name. So if you know how to write your first and last name, go ahead and stand up, spin around, or clap your hand if you can do it. If you can't do it, you should be sitting. All right. And then sit back down. Make sure you're sitting back down for the next sentence. Okay. Stand up if you know how to read and write. So stand up if you know how to read and write. If you don't know how to read and write yet, both of them, it's okay. You would learn. Sit down. But if you know how to do it, stand up, spin around, clap, or do some type of movement. Okay, and then sit back down. You need to be sitting for the next read aloud sentence read. Okay, here we go. Stand up if you can find a word in the room you can read. So look around the room. If there's a word you can read, you can stand up. If there's nothing you can read in the room, then you should be sitting. Okay. And you should be sitting back down so we can read the next sentence. Next one says, stand up if you know the name of your teacher for next year. So if you're going to first grade and you know your first grade teacher, you can stand up. If you're going to second grade and you know your second grade teacher's name, you can stand up. If not, you should be sitting. Okay, and then sit back down so that we can read the last sentence. Stand up if you can name 5 sentences about your family. So if you can tell me 5 sentences, 5 things about your family, you can go ahead and stand up and then spin, clap, whatever you want to do, and then sit back down. Okay? All right. Thank you for playing along. Let's move on to our word of the day. Okay, and our word of the day is happy. Happy. What does it mean to be happy? Feeling good and smiling. My volume is always covering my words. I hope there's nothing there that just says feeling good and smiling. And my sentence says, I don't have a sentence. It just says share a time when you are happy. I am happy when, right? You can see a picture of the child that's happy. It says, oh, make a sentence with the word happy. I am happy when I go shopping. I am happy when I spend time with my family. So what share a time that you were happy. Okay, let's move along. So today we're going to be talking about our word work is opposites. And I have some words on the left in the blue, and it says write the opposite in the pink. So the first word is stop. Write the opposite of stop in the pink. In this case, in your notebook. Second word is girl. Write the opposite of girl. Third word is fast. What's the opposite of fast? Next word is big. Write the opposite of big. And then give. Write the opposite of give. Okay? Moving right along. All right. So I have some sentences here. Write the best word to complete each sentence. So here you have the words in the word bank, the words and the opposites, right? I want you to put the best word in the blanks as you see. Sentence number 1 says, another word for large is, you tell me what that word is. I'll probably do this one um, for you, and then you can continue the rest. Another word for large is big. So you would write big at number 1 on that line. Number 2 says, if the rain would blank, we could go outside. So if the rain would what? We can go outside. Number 3 says, another word for quick is, so the opposite, another word, a synonym for quick. The same word that means quick. An ant is a very blank insect. Put the word there. And then I like to blank my friend a present. Okay? What word do you think goes there? The words have to come from the word bank. Okay? All right, so let's move on. Okay, it is story time. Okay, the story we have today is a Juneteenth story. I already did this lesson with my first grade students on the week of Juneteenth that I'm tutoring. So this is our first week's lesson for the summer. So that's why we are reading a Juneteenth book today. Okay, so the book we're reading today is called Juneteenth, A Celebration of Freedom by Ndidi Rabiu. Okay, it says Juneteenth is a very special day. It's a day to celebrate freedom for everyone in America. We celebrate Juneteenth every year on June 19th. It's like a big birthday party for freedom. A long time ago, many African American people were not free. They had to work very hard and they did not get paid. This was called slavery, and it was very unfair. Families were separated and people were treated badly. Even though they were sad, they never gave up hope. They sang songs about freedom and dreamed of a better life. They sang spirituals and work songs. These songs gave them strength and helped them stay strong. On January 1st, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln said, all slaves are free. This was called the Emancipation Proclamation. But not everyone heard the news right away. In Texas, many people were still not free. On July 19, 1865, soldiers rode into Galveston, Texas. They shouted, "You are free!" The people were so happy they danced, sang, and celebrated their freedom. That's why we celebrate Juneteenth, to remember the day freedom came to all. Today, people celebrate Juneteenth with parades, music, food, and fun. It's a time to come together and say freedom is for everyone. But Juneteenth is not just about celebration. It's a time to remember the struggles and the brave people who fought for freedom and justice for all. We remember people like Harriet Tubman, who helped people escape slavery and led them to freedom, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who spoke about love, equality, and peace. He worked hard so everyone could be treated fairly. We can also celebrate by visiting museums, listening to stories, and learning more about history. By remembering the past, we can make a better future. Juneteenth is also about kindness. Let's show kindness to everyone we meet. A smile, a helping hand, or sharing a seat. When we care for each other, we all belong. So let's wave our flags, sing loud, and smile bright. Happy Juneteenth to all. Let's keep the light of freedom shining every day. Happy Juneteenth to all. That's the end of our story. I hope you enjoyed the story. Okay, here we have some words and definitions from the story. If you want to learn what some of the words are, this is where you will get them. There's a song to go with the story. Um, and then we have some questions to go with the story, okay? Reflection and discussion questions. What is Juneteenth and why do we celebrate it? Feel free to write that in your book. How did the people feel when they found out they were free? Who are some heroes we learned about in the book and what do they do? What are some ways we can show kindness and help others feel free and included? What was your favorite part of the book and why? Okay, so there's our activities for today. Boys and girls, this feel free to actually tell your parents about this book. It's available on Amazon, and I'm going to include the link on the YouTube page down below, okay? So that if you're interested in it, your parents can pick up a copy for you. We have some more activities in the back of the book if you want to get the actual copy of the book, okay? Thanks again for spending the time with us. I hope you enjoyed today's reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.